Live from the podcast rooms in Glasgow, it's All About The Gers with Ricki Neill, Derek Ferguson and Charlie Miller.
Hello and welcome to All About The Gers. It's myself, Ricki Neill, joined by Charlie Miller, and I've also got a special guest, but I'll come to that in a wee minute. Just want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors: SSAFA, Armed Forces Charity, Park Construction and Banter Hire, DB Dental Care and Plugged In Business Solutions. So my special guest tonight is probably one of the biggest Rangers fans that I know. He's probably the tallest as well.
Fattest.
How you doing, Ian? This is Ian Martin.
Hi, Ricki. Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Ian. Derek's done a runner again. Typical, just tells us a day, is it?
Then he gives us abuse online because
Honestly,
he actually watches us online. So he's probably watching now. So
it just all messages a day. That's it. I can't come. See, I'm away to Bologna. I hope Lewis is all right, Derek. Hope he's doing all right, pal.
he'll be sitting there with a wee glass of red wine now, won't he?
No, he's not allowed to Carol's there.
Aye, under the thumb. Anyway, Ian, thanks for joining us. Obviously, you were on Stan's podcast last week and you've been on a few times, but your knowledge about Rangers is second to none.
I wouldn't go that far.
As soon as you come in, you were already giving us a wee kind of bits insiders. So,
Aye.
you allowed to say on air about?
I think it's common knowledge now that the manager had sent the team away yesterday or for a team building. I think it was just somewhere in Scotland they had went. But obviously this manager gets it.
Charlie, how much do you think their team bonding was different to your team bonding?
We'll be going for the Nando's. It'll be very much different for your team building. Yours was a trip to London for a weekend sesh, probably. Oh, definitely. Well, no heard then, so they're behaving themselves anyway. So when they go yesterday?
Aye, there's nobody in the jail as far as I know.
Oh, that's good.
That's
good.
It's a good start, isn't it?
It's always a good start.
They've went somewhere where there's nobody then, so...
No social media or nothing. Because Todd Cantwell, he can't stay off of social media. I'm surprised he's not posted it.
Aye. I think the 40s are to folly. We'll see what the result is at the weekend, and then you might get some 40s up.
Saying that, you used to socialise quite a bit together, didn't you, Charlie?
There wasn't any phones about.
Aye.
But we had the phones, but nobody else had phones. You felt like so stupid. My mate's
Yours-
like, what are you doing with your phone?
Is it not a Nokia that he played Snake on? But
Ah, good, nice ones, but good phones.
there wasn't a camera on it, but was it?
No, not like that. But it was walking about with my phone, and I'm thinking, what a dick I am. My mate's like, what are you doing with your phone?
Aye. The teams that
It's not really
socialise
headphone.
together win together.
Oh, aye, 100%. 100%. It depends what kind of socialising they're doing.
That was one of the things that when I was away in January with the team at the training camp, that's one of the things that Barry had picked up on. And he said so that the actual training ground was like half a mile away for the hotel, and they all had bikes and they were all cycling up ones, twos, whatever. And Barry said when it was back with us, we would have left as a group and come back as a group. But there was,
Certainly wouldn't have been going up and doing a bike.
Aye, Walter Damage ran.
Fucking hell.
Anyway,
Definitely not.
thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you've got any questions, you can just file them in the chat and we'll get onto them later. But we need to start talking football. So St Mirren away looked like a horrible start. It was going to be a tough day because their keeper was pulling off a good few saves, wasn't he?
Yeah, they make it hard for us all the time when we go there. They're in the position that they're in the league for a reason. The big boy Godic, I think he's 85. His next birthday.
I thought he was good, by the way.
He was, but that's it. He stayed tight to Dessers. He makes it hard for us.
Aye.
Well,
Charlie,
it's the same as the big boy up front, Mandron, big unit, gets in about it. To be fair, Butland did some excellent saves, didn't he? Butland kept us in it. I know you said Dergo had a few saves, but Butland's one for the header at the back post, I think it was.
absolutely.
That was a ridiculous save. So we Big Jack again, and obviously Tav still thinks he doesn't have to start in the first 5 minutes, and I love Tav, as you know, but the last 4 or 5 games, out with the Hearts games, Motherwell, Celtic game, Ross County, and then again there at the weekend, even against Dundee, we could have been 1-0 doing after after a minute. So I think they forget that they have to start when the referee blows the whistle, and it's been ridiculous. I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't, because all the games we could have been lost a goal in every one. And we only fortunately lost one, and that was against Rottenmub. So
Aye. I know. Do you know? I was reading in the paper today, and it was talking about Tav possibly going to Saudi, but he's not really giving anything away. Do you know anything?
I wouldn't like to comment. I think when Tav's came out and said that he's not leaving, I don't think he's stupid. So we've been here before. If he is going to leave, it'll need to be for a figure. But he's coming in his testimonial season, so he's not going to come out and go, by the way, I'm going to get my testimonial and I'm out of here. See you later. He's not silly, I think personally, we'll only appreciate Tav once he's away.
Oh, 100%.
Once he's away. Right now, and that's we had spoke off air about certain players. I think this season's been a weird one in the aspect of when Beale was there, you had players getting booed as they were substituted, and so there's been a lot of pressure. But again, I revert back to we've won the first cup, we're 3 points behind, and we're in a cup final. We've got everything to play for.
Aye.
We just need these players to
realise it, and believe in themselves.
I believe it.
Up to the last 4 or 5 weeks, they were flying. Up to the Motherwell game, it really hurt in the Motherwell game, and it was a slow start. As first 5 minutes, we couldn't get the right back area.
Yeah,
we just couldn't get out, and then it's that thing. That's how the game became horrible, and we weren't at it. And Motherwell just was stuffy, and they made it difficult for us. But you could see there and then in the first 5 minutes that it was going to be a struggle that day, and everything's carried on for there. But sometimes some players can't handle playing at Ibrox. As I say, Goffey's famous word to me was, "You're only as good as your last pass at Rangers," and not a truer word spoken. You get away with a wee bit more when you're a homegrown, you're a Scottish one the first couple of weeks. But after that, you have to man up.
Look at McCausland and know that some of the grief that he's getting. As I said, I spoke previously about when we were away at the training camp, and what happened is the managers took him and Matondo aside and said, "I don't want you to get to the byline. I want you to cut across, right? And I want you to drive into the box." But lately, a lot of the boys have been going back away, and fans are starting to get frustrated with him and stuff like that, which is not right.
I think telling a wide man not to beat a man or not to get the back. I know you're not telling him not to beat him, he's telling him to go inside him, right? I get that. But I think you just let them go and play. Go and take your man on, get to the byline or cut inside. I get that. But tell him not to get to the byline, it's strange. I don't understand that. But McCausland played really well against Hearts. I thought he'd done really well when he came on against Hearts, and it was good to see again, because me man's been out here a wee bit, and obviously been coming through myself. I love seeing the young ones getting a chance. But it was good to see him getting back to where he'd been earlier in the season when he came in, because a lot of pressure on the wee man, because it's a tough one. It's
expectation,
especially when at the position when he came in, when Beale we were finished, the league was gone. We couldn't buy a win. Well, we could struggle to buy a win. It was very horrible to watch. And then the big man's came in and changed it all about. Somebody said to us when he came in, we'd win the first cup, we'd be in the Scottish Cup final, we'd be 3 points behind Celtic, with everybody with a bit of horn off. But it's just the way it's turned around in the last few weeks that we've really, it's not been great, and we've kind of soaked the knickers a wee bit.
Do you know, I have been very impressed with Dale Mandy as well. I mean, the way he kept that ball in, obviously it was on goal. Which your thoughts on him, Charlie?
Oh, he's a very good player. I think they'll sign him as soon as the season finishes. He'll be the first one signed. I don't know if we'll sign Seamer or they'll no sign Silver. I don't think too much money, and I think Seamer might be too much money. I know he scored 17 goals or whatever he has, and he was good, but the last 2 injuries he's been out for 3 or 4 months there, and then he comes back and he's out for another, probably at the end of the season, which is disappointing. But I think it's too much money to pay. If we pay 7 million for Seamer, I can't see us. We need another striker. We need another defender, centre back. But it looks like we might need another right back if Tav is want to go. I know he said he's not going to leave, but funny things that happen in football. But we definitely need 2 wide men. We need two.
Well, the one, see what you're saying, Charlie. The one that worries me just now is the boy Cortez. So I think we'll sign him, right? But we're signing him based on 5 or 6 weeks that he was playing.
I would
You
try
know,
and get another loan with him.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say, but I don't know what the agreement is. The agreement might have been you sign him, you know, you take him on loan, and then you need to sign him at the end of it, or we're taking him elsewhere. So I think that's a big risk, and right now we can't afford any risks.
Aye. Do you think Rangers are going to need to sell some players before we can actually buy some players in? You know what I mean?
I think it's inevitable.
But
Well, obviously, Roof's going to go, Jack's going to go.
so it's the wages
Looks
that have
like-
gone down. But
Barisic is away. It looks as if Lundstrom's falling up with Trabzonspor by the reports. It's a lot of wages off of the bill. So we can bring in good, hopefully, free transfers and put them on good money. But we have to stop getting into this predicament where we can't get money for these players anymore. It's crazy. Being in this, after the last season, being in the same situation again. It's frustrating and it's annoying.
But again, you're having to sell the crown jewels more or less. So let's no kid ourselves. If a bid of in excess of 10 million, which is nothing to the English Premiership, comes in for Jack Butland, I think Nottingham Forest are sniffing about Mulholland and Ross Wilson again. If a bid comes in like that, I mean, what do you do? Well, it would be great to keep him, but
I
can
can't
we
sell him.
afford to?
I can't sell him for any less than 20 million. Well, why no? He's been amazing for us, and he's a difference between being 3 points behind Celtic than being 15 points behind Celtic.
Yeah.
So we have to realise what we want. Do we want to keep Butland, or else do we want to sign players? Have the club got money? We don't know. But I wouldn't sell Butland for any less than 20 million. And
I'm the same.
Well, if you look at, I think we got him for, was it Crystal Palace, but he was at Man U. And then Man United have signed a keeper for 70 million quid. You know what I mean? And let him go more or less for nothing. I thought at the time, Jack needed to come up here, get game time, and then might go back down. But as you said, it's the problem we've got nowadays is money talks.
100%. And I don't see why Jack Butland would want to go back down and play for Nottingham Forest. Out with money.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs money because I think he's been bought for £15 million as a young boy. I think he's earned a great living. He's on good money up here. And does he want another big pike? He's got probably 6 or 7 years left in his career. He's up here playing in Europe. If he goes down to Nottingham Forest or whatever, then he'll not be playing in Europe. He'll be playing in front of 25,000 fans every week, fighting relegation, winning cups up here, playing in European games, playing in the biggest derby, probably one of the biggest derbies worldwide. So I don't see the attraction of going to a Forest.
No, I totally agree, but it's the money. I don't think he'll want to go. I think he's happy here. It's the same as John Lundstrom. I think John Lundstrom's happy here, but Rangers are not offering the kind of money that he's on just now. And if that's the case, he's decided, well, I'm if you don't value me at, if not the same but more, then I'm Oski.
Is it rumoured that it was at £38,000 a week he was wanting?
Well, I've been told it's a wee bit more than
Aye.
that. But
And
still,
Paul McOracle online saying players we could sell: Davies, Lawrence, Dill, Hadji, Cifuentes, Lammers. He said that's about 20 million. The only one I'd maybe keep there is Lawrence personally.
the thing about that is I would love for somebody to tell me who they're going to. Right, so we still owe transfer fees for your Lammers, Danilo, Dessers.
Yep.
We still owe money. You don't pay the full amount up front.
Can we not just hand them back now?
Well, if somebody's got the receipt, maybe. But I agree with it. I agree with what the guy's saying. But at the same time, we need teams to take them.
Well, surely we can get 20 million for Lammers now.
Aye.
15 goals he's scored now, man.
Aye.
Oh, so Ricki says, I don't know if it's the money's that, but
No, it's 15.
15. Well,
Got it off the Wikipedia.
That must be
Must be
20
playing
million.
FIFA.
He must be signed for Ajax for 23 million, the same as
Aye.
Bassey.
We'll get them.
But in fairness to him, when he was at Heneveen,
Herenveen, yep.
he was outstanding there. It's just
Well,
I don't want to criticise the Rangers fans, but there was times when he was getting taken off and they're booing him, and the guy's like, I need to do it here.
The thing is, he was playing number 10 where he's no number 10. He said he's a striker. He plays through the middle. I find it hard to believe that he plays through the middle. The way he was built, and it's just no suit him here. It wouldn't suit him. But if he's done well in Holland, but it's totally different style of football, obviously. But he's done really well, and good on him. Good luck to him. But it's different playing for Utrecht than it is playing for Rangers, to be honest. So if they can come up with the money we got back, we bought him for, then happy days.
Yeah.
Obviously, we started with Suter and Balogun again at the weekend. A lot of people were blaming Balogun for the first goal. St Mirren's first goal.
Yeah.
A bit sloppy, but I thought he kind of built into the game later on, Charlie, didn't he?
Sometimes you get buffed. Sometimes you can get buffed. That's just the nature of the game. Sometimes a guy's got a wee bit heady and just buffs you and scores a good goal. It's a great header. But everything else he done in the game, he done very well. And at the moment, he stays in with a Suter, and I don't see any way back at the moment for Goldson. And Goldson's been amazing for the club, 100%. But at the moment, I just don't see him getting back in there now.
What's your thoughts, Ian, on that? About Goldson coming back? Or?
I don't know. It's a big call for the manager. Big decision. He left them out a semi-final. Balogun, I thought was throwing himself into some tackles on Sunday that I don't think Goldson would have even attempted. You don't change a winning team.
Well, there you go. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll take Balogun out. I really don't. And Balogun maybe gets caught out a wee bit with his positional sense, and that's how he does have to make the mental tackles at times. I don't think he's as good on the ball as Goldson. Is he a better player than Goldson? Probably no, definitely no. But his pace gets him out of a lot more trouble. And Goldson seems to have lost that yard or two, and Balogun seems to still have it. So at the moment, we need to, because a lot of teams play balls in behind us, and it absolutely kills us. And I think Balogun's more suited for that now.
Yeah, I totally agree. The thing for me though is maybe the manager's hung Goldson out to dry a wee bit, and
using him as an example, kind of thing.
Well, and out of the two players, who's going to stay next? One's in contract, getting a further 2 years, and one's out of contract. So the manager's got a big, he's got to deal with that. He looks as if he's brave enough to make decisions. Aye, but in fairness to Goldson, I don't think he's the only one that looks jaded just now. Lundstrom, the last few weeks, I don't think it's been great. The boy Diamandi's come in and helped him. But I think, there's been a couple of games where Lundstrom's looked lacking as well,
Well, I think the first half of the Celtic game, he was poor, but he still wanted the ball, and I like that. He wasn't doing very well with it right enough, but he still wanted it. Second half, I thought he'd done well. He was poor against Ross County. So was everybody. Dundee, I think he'd done one good pass for Seema, should have scored. But it was poor again, but not just for him, but the whole team. That was the worst. And then for me, that was probably worse than the Ross County game. But hey ho. And then we came back. I thought we'd done very well against Hearts, because Hearts are decent. Hearts are a decent team, and I thought it was a good performance, and I was happy with that. Sunday, we know what we're going to get. It's St Mirren. It's going to be rough and tumble, and I thought they done well to get a result. Big Dessers with another header, and I thought VR were going to try and cancel that out for the guy Fawn.
I've not seen it. I've only seen it at the game. I never
the guy
seen
gets
it
sniped, man, and I was trying to say Dessers pushed him. Dessers kind of just done that, and next minute the guy, it was nothing. I'm like, oh no, he's got a VAR.
As we've seen them getting chopped off as well, haven't we?
And then the goalie just jumped out, and it was like watching Paddy Bonner already years ago, coming out and missing the ball.
Just going back to the defensive partnership, Stephen online saying, what about Goldson and Balogun and dropping Suter?
Suter's got a mistake in him. There's no debate about that, but so is Goldson. And I don't think Golson's going to play left-sided.
Balogun would probably have to play. And I prefer Suter to both of them at the moment. I would have Suter. And I understand what you're saying. Suter's that wee one where he just tries to dive in front of the guy, and he's got caught a few times, and it's cost us 2 or 3 times this season. But I think I play Suter, to be honest with you. I think Suter goes and attacks the ball better than Goldson. I think Balogun goes and attacks the ball better than Goldson. Goldson's never it's just this season that looks as if Goldson's, and I said he's lost a yard. He's not getting up and winning his headers. He's not batting these men that he used to. They used to win a lot of headers, and it's just not the same.
The prime example of that's the Ross County game. The Ross County game, I think, were full defence, stood back, never put a challenge in, and just went, right, there's a goal. You know, even that I picked up as well. See, when Butland's saving these shots, there's nobody following in. So they're getting the rebounds as well. And I think the managers realised and went, oh, listen, enough's enough.
Aye, there's Stevie Sinclair asking when you're going to buy a razor, by the way.
Aye,
he's a cheeky get him, isn't he?
Listen, can you afford one?
I still can't believe Davies hasn't played at left back. I wouldn't be playing Barisic. I'd still have Davies at left back before Barisic.
He's totally been left out, isn't he?
He was supposed to leave in January,
right.
and he was supposed to leave last summer, and then decided not to.
He likes Glasgow.
Aye, allegedly.
Aye, so Dessers has scored a crucial goal again for Rangers, but he's still not a fan's favourite. What does he need to do? I mean, is that 20 goals or something he's got in the
20
Charlie?
goals, he needs to score 40 because he should have 40. But as I said for the beginning of the season, there's no doubt in his work rate, and he's scoring goals, which is good. A couple last week as well against Hearts, but he's still, you think it's going to take him 3 or 4 or 5 chances just to score, but I think he'd one on Sunday and he's put it away.
Right.
And good on him. And 2 or 3, well, he could have probably had 3 or 4 the week before, but I just love seeing him just touch, bang, just hit it.
It's the one. See when he's got time to think about it.
Yeah,
that's the ones he mucks up in it.
He keeps trying to get in players. I don't know. He's got this thing about putting a goalkeeper on his backside. As Charlie just said, hit the ball. You know what I mean? Just hit the ball.
The earlier you hit it, the less chance of goals got to save it.
But again, one of the things that annoyed me once and has all season, we don't have any midfielders that will hit a shot from outside the box.
Well, Diamande scored 2 goals in his first 3 games, and then he stopped.
And then stopped doing it.
Saying that Lindstrom was unlucky with that half volley.
It was the same way we had Jack. No, the Ross County game there, but the 2 previous, and he's hit shots and scored goals for outside the box. You know what I mean? I just feel as if at times we're trying to walk it in. You know what I mean?
100%.
When they've got 10 men behind the ball and all we're trying to do is walk it in.
That's been a hard one for us with Jack being out so long.
Yeah.
Because you could have swapped him and Lindstrom at times and give Lindstrom a wee bit of rest where he needs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, I'm going to go online because we've got loads of questions in for YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. Here's one for Stephen. It's for Charlie. Looney's been getting a lot of stick lately. As an ex-Gers midfielder, what do you make of his performance, and would you want him to get a new contract? I think he's already said he's going, hasn't he?
Well, I would like him to stay. Of course, I would like him to stay. I think he said maybe played too much. He's trying to carry the team at times. I think I would keep him, but if he's no want to be there, then he goes. It's simple as that. As I said, the last few weeks, I think the Hearts game he played well. Sunday didn't do too bad. I thought a few weeks before that he looked tired, and he could probably get brought out for a wee bit as well. But I think he's come back onto a wee bit better game. I like Lundstrom because, as I say, he always wants the ball. It's different if he's no wanting the ball, then it's even worse. That's the worst thing.
Do you not find sometimes he goes too deep, but like back?
But you watch other teams like, you all think they can play football for the back. You watch Man City, I know one of them. Rodri's the best in the world at it. Just goes into that wee area and gets the ball and he starts the game. But I know what you're saying. He does go deep, but that's when you want to get. That's when Tav and Barisic are going high and going wide, and that's why he's gone deep in there to kind of cover that area.
But one of the issues that we've also got is it's not just Jack. Raskin's disappeared off the face of the earth. You know what I mean? That's where Diamandi's been a breath of fresh air. But you're looking for your midfielders, Jack, Raskin. They've not been there.
When they first both came, Cantwell and Raskin, I thought they were two of the best players we bought.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's happened to Raskin. Maybe he's not come back fit. Maybe that's his problem. That injury is just not come back the same player. Because you see him, he doesn't look as if he's the same wee player. He was Gallus wee type of player, and he would get in about it and get close to players. He was good in the ball. But we've not kind of seen that. But he's not had much time since he came back from injury, to be fair. And I'm quite surprised with the Belgian connection with Clement that he's not getting back in. But obviously, I think there must be a wee bit of Clement doesn't fancy him.
Well, again, I know I keep harping on about it, but if you look at next season, Lundstrom's gone, Disney fancy Raskin, Jack's probably going to go. That's leaving you Diamande, one midfielder, you know. If only Lewis Ferguson was fit.
Aye.
Here's another one. I'm just doing all the online ones now. This, Ian, you might be able to answer this. It's for Paul Oracle. Ricky, off topic, but have you guys heard anything about Walter's statue? I saw some small foundations outside Edmonton's house.
Not a thing.
Nah.
Not heard a thing. But I'll chase that up for you. No,
Brilliant.
not a thing.
Alex Kelly, I love his comments. It's not just a comment, it's like off a book. The lack of heart, fight and desire at this stage of the season is alarming. The team looked disjointed once again ever since the Motherwell defeat at Ibrox. We have started the matches slow, coming out the traps, lost early goal in Old Firm, early chances at Dingwall, Dundee and St Mirren. These players need to realise the opportunity to win a treble is still achievable.
I said that 5-10 minutes ago about the chances that we've the chances we've given other teams in the way we've started. It's not what we want to see.
See the managers kind of spoke about it, but it's like a unspoken. But he's more or less telling you that a lot of the injuries and stuff that's happened was because Beale didn't have them fit, right? He wasn't training them right. I think some of the senior players eventually had decided that they had chucked it, right? And I think we're actually starting to see that now. They look knackered. Some of the players look knackered. The one that looks as if he had a wee bit of energy the last few games has been Cantwell. Against Hearts, against St Mirren, I thought he was busy. I thought he was getting into, he was trying to create stuff in Diamande. But I agree, but I think it might go as far back as Beale. So my understanding is the way Beale was training them, he wasn't training their bodies so that they could take Saturday, Wednesday. So, and eventually that, well, you'll know better than me, eventually that catches up with you, Charlie.
Every manager comes in and says they're not fit. Every manager comes in for, not just Rangers, any manager comes in and a new team says they're not fit. I'm sure Beale said that when he came in. They're not fit. Yeah. I think Beale was working more on tactics than he was in endurance or whatever, and making them work hard and training, obviously. But Beale left us in a poor place, unfortunately, and the big man's had to pick it up. Maybe it could be that's the reason. Well, they're jaded and whatever. But as Big Alan said, that Alex said there, I think it was Alex or Alan said there that they've got the chance of a treble.
Yeah,
totally. They've got a chance of a treble, and what a feeling that would be.
Here's another one for you, Alex. Why is Clement not in the shortlist for Scotland's Manager of the Year? When he came in, we were a mess. He's won the League Cup, top to European group, challenging for the League Cup, and in the Cup final, mystifying.
I don't understand. Who's the managers?
Don't know. Should Alex be able to tell us?
I think Derek McInnes was one I heard. Tony Docherty, maybe?
Aye. That's crazy.
To be fair with their budgets, they're doing a fantastic 100%. Job. They're doing a fantastic job with their budgets.
But Clement not been in it strange because he's not bought two players. He's got two loan players in and we're still 3 points behind Celtic. And after the mess he came into, I think he's done amazing.
Yeah.
Right. Frank Barrett, they don't look like they believe they're going to win a championship. They don't act like it. They show a determination to fight and win everything, and every challenge isn't there. They're staggering through games. Hopefully I'm wrong and they show they've got what it takes. Charlie, you still believe, and I still believe that we can win the league.
I definitely still believe we can win, but the points are there. If we win my next 4 games, we win the league, I think, because we have to score goals. We have to make sure we claw that back, but go to Celtic and beat them 4-0, then happy days.
Do you think that's in the manager's kind of mind now, that he knows these games he needs to approach, he needs to be attacking, he needs to get goals? Because it could come to goal difference, and it's they had 5 goals difference, Ian, do you think?
I think Hearts and Kilmarnock will play a big part in where this league's going to end up. I think, us going to Celtic Park's a big ask. We need to believe if we go there, frustrate, the way they did at Ibrox. I think it's game on. But I think Hearts and Kilmarnock will play a big part in this.
I think the problem for us is maybe Celtic are just better than us in the midfield. Because defensively, they're no better than us.
No.
but midfield probably they're a wee bit better than us, unfortunately. But I'm sure we can go to Parkhead, and I'm sure we can go and beat them. I honestly believe we can beat them. Just don't do the stupid mistakes we've done, and we'll be all right.
One of the biggest things is they've had fringe players like James Forrest coming out of nowhere and scoring 2 goals. I mean, who's coming into your team and doing that? You know what I mean? We've got a hell of a lot of fringe players. Your Dow, your Launces, you're wanting them. All right, Lawrence should have scored at the weekend. In fact, it was criminal, didn't he? But, we're looking for some of these fringe players now and again to come in and go, give the manager a wee, even Roof. If you look at Roof got himself fat. He's on the bench, but the times that he's come on, he doesn't look, I'm not saying he doesn't look interested, but he needs to do more.
No,
I just think that when a game against Dundee started, I think he was getting balls neck high.
Yeah.
Which isn't easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy to do when you're up there yourself. I thought he did okay in the bit of the game he did. And I've always liked Roof, but he's just never on the pitch enough, unfortunately. And it's very disappointing because he can score goals, and when he's fit, he's a bloody good player. And I think he'll have a say in the next few games. I really do. I think Roof will come out with a nice wee winner or a couple of goals in the game that we go, there he is. He's repaid a little bit back.
There's Alex telling us about the managers. It's Tony Docherty, Derek McInnes and John McGlynn for Falkirk. That's the managers that are on the shortlist.
Considering they've got no money, they have done. But these teams are organised. When we played against Dundee, we played against Ross County, you play against Kilmarnock, they're organised. Kilmarnock, possibly, I know I'm moving on, but this weekend, I've seen against Celtic what they done was they went man for man, didn't let them play, and then they got their rewards at the end of it. They're a hard team to beat. I think I'm right in saying we've been beat 6 times and Kilmarnock's only been beat 8. I mean, he's got
McInnes has got, it's the easiest thing of being a footer manager is to get your teams being organised. Surely that must be the easiest thing. Getting them organised, getting players in to be hard to beat. That should be the easiest thing. It's trying to get the ball in the net at our end, which is the hardest thing. And they've actually done really well.
Yeah.
So done really well.
We're briefly talking about Lammers earlier on. Obviously scored 15 goals out on loan. Is he a player you would bring back to Ibrox, Charlie?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't expect him to come back. And I know he's done well there, and we wish him all the best, obviously. And I wanted him to play well at Rangers, but I think you just see that the pressure at playing at Rangers, then was it Utrecht, a middle of the table team in Holland, don't have a great standard of football, but I think that football suits Lammers more than obviously Italy and Scottish football suits him.
Aye. Yeah.
Any player that comes to Scotland with a perm has to be good. That's all I'll say. The last one I think was Davy McPherson. They have to be good. Nice. I just think the club was too big for him. He's used to maybe having a wee bit of extra time in the ball. He might be getting that in Holland. As of in Scotland, somebody wants to put you 10 foot in the air as soon as you've got it. So I don't mind. I don't mean to be bad to the guy, but I think he's funny his level.
There's Ali Quinn saying Clement needs to play 3-5-2, Roof and Dessers up top. We shouldn't be playing one striker against these wee diddy teams. We are making it easier for them.
I prefer 2 up front all day long, especially when I've not got the wide men in it. I would probably play the 2 and then have Bombing on one side, and that's why I would play Davies. I'd play Davies on the left hand side, and then just put the Roof up front with Dessers.
See, that's parking the bus kind of thing nowadays. Is that like that in your day as well?
Aye.
How did you break them down?
Just give a bit of loud up. No, we had Costy and Haitley and Loudrup and Gascoigne and Muller. Windy Muller. But when we were playing, the teams were good players as well back then. International players and all the other teams and things like that. So they had a wee go. Then they just parked the bus, but they had a go.
That's when you broke them.
Aye.
Yeah, right. Got me off guard there. Ian, in fact, I'm going to talk to you a wee bit now, because obviously you're a guest on the show. Who was your boyhood hero, Charlie?
Well, he crossed the ball from my boy. You know, that's what.
There you go.
It's
That's
got,
Charlie's favourite picture, isn't it?
It's,
I'm never in it.
it's got to be Brian Laudrup. Brian Laudrup was just. I remember the first game. Ball gets headed out. He just picks it up, ran with it, squared it to Duncan Ferguson, and that was me. I was in love. I was fortunate that I met him 3-4 weeks ago. We had my wife as a surprise flew me to Copenhagen to go and have lunch with him, and he was just. I mean, that's the closest I'll ever get to having dinner with God. And what a lovely guy. What a fantastic. His boy was there.
Guy,
Nikolai, he was just. He still looks as if he could play. And obviously McCoist was, you know, I know Mr. Greg got the greatest ever Ranger, but in my lifetime it's got to be McCoist, the greatest ever Ranger.
What's your most memorable moment or memorable game?
Oh, there's been a couple lately. The Leipzig game was but as I said, spoke about it quickly. The Marseille game, we played Marseille in a friendly, we get beat. And I remember saying to my dad, if we ever play this mob in Europe, off the guys spankers. And I think they were 2-0 up.
Yep, I will.
And Durante, I don't know why, but he was playing up front.
Well, he was playing half Big Matt because Coisty broke his leg, remember?
That's right. And then what they done was they moved Durante back into midfield and brought on Gary McSwegan.
Durante played in behind Haitley. And then they brought on Swiggy, and Swiggy scored. It was his nose that scored. He didn't header it.
But
what a nose that was!
And if that game that just summed up.
Who scored for Marseille that night?
Was it Botisic
and
Rudy Voller?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What a team they had. I was at the Player of the Year. That's it. And I was sitting with Gregory Vignal, and he had worked across in Marseille when he left Rangers at the youth, and his knowledge on Marseille, and I had said, you know, your Basil Boyles, your Desais.
I mean, Basil, what a guy.
I mean, Barthez, the team, Deschamps, the team that they had that year is phenomenal.
Who scored there for them?
Was it was it Angola or was it Botisic? I know it was Durant that scored for us. Soze, Frank Soze, aye.
Right,
Who scored the Rangers first one at it? Who scored Rangers? Swiggy scored one. Who scored the other?
Haitley. Aye, because he stooped down, didn't he? Stooped down to get it. He was. I mean, if that game had went another 10 minutes, we'd have beat them. I've never experienced a shift in a game so much in all my life. It was frightening.
No, it was incredible.
I don't know why. That's the one that sticks out for me.
It was an amazing game.
And we should have got to that final that year. I mean, that team that we had. I mean, Andy Gorham against Leeds United. Jesus, you know, God rest his soul. What a keeper! What a keeper!
Some game. We're running out of time, so we'll go on and talk about the Kilmarnock game on Sunday. Obviously, Celtic are playing Hearts on the Saturday. Is that quite a wee boost for us? Obviously, if Hearts get beat, it's a big boost. But
if Hearts get beat,
no, Celtic get beat.
It's a big boost if Hearts beat them 100%. We'll just have to. We have to just take care of our own results, and hopefully they can drop points. So we have to hope Hearts are up for it, and because I think Hearts are kind of settled for third there, kind of playing further now.
Aye.
So they hopefully can play with the fear factor and go and have a go. You've seen Dundee had a wee go at them on Sunday as well, and I'm sure Hearts will be up for it. But we've got a tough one against Kilmarnock. They'll be up for that.
Yeah, a lot of is the new are criticising, and we're talking about different games. And we had a wee spell there, and I get we could have went top of the league, and you know, but we're still right in it. And the fans need to get behind the team this weekend and believe in the team. If there's a wrong pass, it can't be, oh, here we go again. We can't have that. But we are right in the mix. And if somebody had said to me when Michael Beale had left the building that we would be in this position where we've possibly, and I'm saying possibly, got a chance of winning a treble, I mean, wow. We need to get behind the team.
100%.
Well,
100%.
last week's starting 11 was Butland, Barisic, Suter, Balogun, Tavernier, Lundstrom, Diomande, Sterling, Cantwell, Silva, and Dessers.
I put Sterling into midfield. He must have been listening.
He must have. I think he listens to your show, by the way, because we also spoke about the partnership with Suter and Balogun, and then the week after he put him on.
I think Sterling has to play in the middle of the park.
Aye.
It really has to.
What other
And
changes would you be making?
I don't believe that Silva. I don't know if anybody's seen. I don't know if it was in the telly, but I think our assistant manager had words with Silva. Yeah, I don't know that I would be starting Silva.
Aye.
I don't think that's his best position.
his best position is probably where Cantwell is.
Aye, exactly. But I don't think you can put Cantwell out there either.
No.
You know, so I think there's a decision to be made there. I don't know if Matondo or I know Siemens no back, but you know, I would look at that. I don't know that we can start Silva.
But I think we've nobody really else, have we?
To put in, I think Steven Silva first game. I thought he was a really
Silva's a
good player.
player. Silva is a player. He done well up until the Old Firm game, but he started diving about, and everybody, including ourselves, were embarrassed. I think more, and we were disappointed with his theatrics. And it's a penalty. It is a penalty in the game, but since then he's just no looked the same player. Because he was good, he was doing well before that, and he was picking up. And I'm thinking this guy's going to, and he's technically very, very good, but it just looks as if there's a lack of confidence there for him as well.
Well, can I ask a question, right? Because obviously I'm at the game, I haven't watched the highlights again, but there was an incident where he could have got a penalty against St Mirren, but I don't know.
I thought it was a penalty. It was a
I mean, the boy Godic can't stop, and I thought, you know, is met with him. I've not watched it in the telly again, but again, it's the stigma. He's just diving.
It's the same with Campbell the week before the Hearts game. It's a blatant foul at the edge of the box, and it doesn't give him the foul.
Yeah,
because of Campbell's antics earlier in the last season.
That'll be in the ref's mind, wasn't it? Because I did think that was a penalty, and one of the pundits also said it was a penalty because it was clear obstruction. You know, so anyway, right, predictions. I will go to you first, Ian.
1-0, it hits off somebody's backside and goes in. I don't, you know, it's just
as long as it does it in
win
the first 5 minutes.
It's win at all costs.
I'll say 4-1 on Sunday.
Aye, I'm going to say 4-0 because we need goals. Anyway, that's us at the end of the show. Charlie,
I'm saying 4-0 for Hearts.
Shanklin hat-trick.
But a big thank you, Ian, for coming on. I hope you enjoyed
Thanks
it.
very much,
I'm
gentlemen,
sure we'll
for
see you on
the
the show again. You seem to have a lot of friends online giving you abuse.
Aye, thank you.
so-
Thanks to everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks again. Thanks to all our sponsors, SSAFA, the Armed Forces Charity, Park Construction Plant Hire, Plugged In Business Solutions, and DB Dental Care. And we'll be back next week at 6 o'clock. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.